Hello and welcome to TCI Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, Yasmin Rigby Blues. We're here on the site of the brand new state-of-the-art hospital that's coming for Providenciales. A similar one is going on in Grand Turk. We had a chat with the minister responsible for health, Honorable Lillian Boyce, about the two projects that's going on. Come and see. The last time we spoke with the Minister of Health, we left off with a lot more to be said. So of course we promised we'd be back, and here we are. So we've had signing in England, we've had meetings, everything's been going on. Tell us first about the signing that went on during December last month.
Yasmin, thank you for having me back. It was, of course, during the Christmas when we gave that great Christmas present to the people of the Turks and Caicos, the opportunity to finally sign off the hospitals for the Turks and Caicos, mainly Providenciales and Grand Turk. And we like to say that our country is coming of age when we see that we are building institutions for our people. We are able to empower our people educationally, financially, and also to provide training and better environments. And now something as important as health care. We are indeed thankful to God and thankful to all of those who worked so hard to bring this project to this point. And you know, our startup date was on Monday.
Yes.
Monday, the 14th of January.
Yep.
And we are indeed thankful.
And any particular reason why the signing was held in England? Because you know our people, we'd like to be right there watching everything going on.
There was so much paperwork involved, a whole lot of files, paperwork, and a whole lot of the consultants and players were in London, and most of the negotiation was done in England. So it was more fitting for our team to go over there than for the team from England, inclusive of InterHealth and all of the financial agencies, to come here and to actually clean all of that paperwork here. So that is why it was held in England.
$100 million?
Yes, in excess of $100 million.
Okay.
Nothing is too expensive for the people of our Turks and Caicos. And when we think about the great dividends that it will pay, we continue to spend a whole lot of money in overseas referrals. And of course, we want to offer our people the best health care that money can buy. And so then we might be spending over $100 million today, but it is indeed for almost lifetime.
I noticed that they said it's in the meeting on just recently held that you have 2 years for the construction, and then there's talk of 25 years. What's the 25 years about, where we're finishing it off?
Well, we have 2 years for the construction to take place, and it should be delivered, given to the government and the people of the Turks and Caicos in December 2009. And of course, the 25 years is a part of the deal with InterHealth and with the government, where InterHealth will manage the hospital for 25 years, and then it will come to our government, to our people, at absolutely no cost.
Okay. So while they're managing it, what would that mean for the average person on the street, healthcare-wise? I know foreigners would have to pay a certain amount when coming in to see the doctors at present. Will it mean that we're now having to pay more to see doctors?
Absolutely not. It means that InterHealth will manage the entire facility.
Okay.
That means that we would need more specialists, more doctors. We would need, indeed, our medical personnel here cannot manage the magnitude of service and the type of workload and so forth. And So we need InterHealth at this time, and it means that the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands would be able to be provided with the type of health care that they fly to Miami for. Absolutely everything except perhaps one or two major surgeries like heart surgeries and so forth. And our government will be implementing a national health insurance. And you will see us embarking on that. You heard it coming out of the retreat in our premier's speech the other night. We will be embarking on a national health care for the entire population of the Turks and Caicos, where everyone, every family, every man, woman, and child will be insured. Residents among us will have the opportunity to be insured also, so that once we walk into our healthcare centers, we'll benefit from any type of treatment that we need.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask, if that's the way we're offsetting a lot of the costs that we're incurring.
Absolutely.
Okay, and for people who may have forgotten, tell us, what will we be seeing in these two new state-of-the-art hospitals? I know we have a certain amount of beds right now in each one. What are we looking forward to?
Yes, but we'll be seeing about 20 beds in Grand Turk with the inclusive provision for expansion.
Okay.
And we'll start with about 40 beds in Providenciales, and of course the provision for expansion as we grow as a country. All of the modern equipments, medical equipments and tools, and of course personnel that any first world-class hospital would have anywhere in the world, we will have it here at our hospitals.
Will we be moving the kidney section and the dental sections back into the hospital?
There are provisions for the kidney center, the dialysis patients to, yes, be in the center. I know that we might just have satellite centers throughout the country also. And we will be addressing, yes, dental and vision within the hospital.
So we'll be looking forward to our own optometrists at our hospital?
Yes.
Okay. And any other new areas that we'll be seeing? What will be happening with the existing hospitals?
The existing hospital here in Providenciales would be used for the mental health center. And we are still deciding what we will do with the center in Grand Turk, perhaps the geriatric ward or something of that, but we have not confirmed that yet.
Okay. Mental.
Yes.
Wow. Because I know at present we basically send them on to Nassau.
Right. We want to keep our patients here so that they can benefit from health care, from the medicines, but also we believe that a part of your wellness comes from love and attention, and you would have your families here. So yes, we will keep our mental health patients here in Providenciales and in fact the Turks and Caicos.
Okay, so if we have any problems, say, in any of the other islands, they'd just be sent to Provo?
To the main center, yes. We're also talking about some type of clinic also, or center in Grand Turk, but one step at a time.
Yes.
We will start with Providenciales.
Now, what did you get out of the first meeting on the 14th that they had? It was I would say, a momentous occasion when they all got together to start the process. I mean, what were your thoughts on what was going on?
I was excited because I have a degree of excitement ever since we signed the hospital deal just before Christmas. So I was truly excited that we came together. You would have seen a lot of the medical professionals there from the Ministry of Health, along with all of the other players, you can see it's properly organized, the startup meeting for construction. And we went over all of the issues that were important, such as the security and so forth, and insurance and subcontractors. That too is very important to me. because I am going to make sure, our government is making sure that our subcontractors get their portion of the work that they deserve. And so I definitely told Honorable Royal Robinson, who is the manager, the project manager, to make sure that our Turks and Caicos Islanders get their full share of the subcontracts that will be issued by Johnson, the main contractor. Because for too long, construction workers were disgruntled, unhappy, and so this is a way we can address it at this time. It's such a big project in both of the islands.
Okay, well, construction, and that's what you're known for ever since you came, ever since the PNP came to power, and you've had a ministry. We can say that building seems to have been coming under you. A lot of construction's gone on, and we're going to talk more about that, but we're going to a break, and we'll be right back. You can almost say that the Turks and Caicos Islands on a whole is under construction, with so much going on within our economy. And of course, now we've known you to be into construction, and we've got the two new state-of-the-art hospitals on stream starting up this week. So tell us, what else do you have in mind for construction?
Well, Yasmin, again, you heard the Premier announce after our 3 days retreat at North Caicos that we will be constructing a juvenile center. It will be constructed in Middle Caicos because we really want to address some of the needs of our young people. It is heart-wrenching when we think about so many of our young people are sentenced to jail or throughout. Well, we have been sending them to Jamaica a lot, and other places like the DR and Virginia. So we're going to construct a rehabilitation center so that they would have an opportunity to still be educated, and of course, while they rehabilitate before they can join their family members back at home.
Okay, how big would that center be?
We're still working with the sketch. We are getting some help from Northern Caribbean University in Jamaica because they are known for more juvenile and rehabilitation issues. Okay. And so we realized that we need to at least be able to house at least 50 or so persons. And then you, being a part of the drug unit or the drug committee, you know that we are going to build a drug rehab center in Providenciales also. Again, we have to face reality that we want to render the type of services that our people need, and we do have some people who need to be rehabilitated from the deadly drugs here in the Turks and Caicos.
Going back to the juvenile center, how many students would you say offhand do we have spread out to various centers at the moment?
Not more than 20. We have, I believe, about 14 in Jamaica, perhaps 1 or 2 in the DR, and I think 1 in Virginia at this time, not more than 20.
What sort of programs? Are you aware of the programs that they are presently undergoing?
I had a chance to visit the center in Jamaica when we made a transfer from the present center that our children were at to a center called Tranquility Bay. Okay. I taught a facility, I look at the curriculum. It is totally an educational center where they will leave there qualified, but certified to do something for themselves, and it is one of those centers that I do admire, and I'm going to model ours after the Tranquility Bay in Jamaica.
Okay.
While it is awfully expensive, so I really need to speak to parents and say, please, you know, let's start being mommies again and daddies again. Let us shield our children, love them, discipline them, so that the state cannot always pick up the tabs for centers such as these when we can put it more of it into education.
Yes.
It is so unfortunate that our children are fighting and behaving the way that they are. And we've spent a whole lot of money on violence issue this time. And you would hear people talk about our overseas referral. And so again, these hospitals will definitely address that issue with the overseas referrals always so high from perhaps at least 10 years ago. And it's continuing to grow because we have more issues to deal with, more road accidents, more teenage quarrels and fight and family issues among the medical issues like cancer and so forth. So it is unfortunate, but we can help because this year, early this year, perhaps in the next few weeks, you will see my ministry coming to the public with the healthy lifestyle policy and of course launching the healthy lifestyle initiatives throughout the Turks and Caicos. And that would, of course, educate people about the way they live, the way they eat, the way they behave. And that, too, will, of course, eliminate some of the overseas referrals that we are facing.
I was about to say, it sounds like we have quite a social problem within the country that's caused